Hey guys! Today I'm going to be filming a first impression on this Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Foundation. This is why I have no makeup on. So I think I'll just put it on camera, and then I have some errands to run, so I will just update you throughout the day, let you know if it does really last 8 hours. It does say that it is supposed to be a flawless skin loving formula that instantly hydrates, revealing a radiant finish, and that it does last 8 hours without touch-ups. So I think I will set it with powder, but I'm not going to do anything for the rest of the day. So we will see how that goes. So I'm going to open it real quick. I am the shade 1 and 2. So I have a very weird skin tone because I have red coming through, but I'm not necessarily a warm skin tone. I'm kind of neutral. So the lady had a hard time matching me, but I think this is going to be good. I do wear the double wear sometimes, but it's just so much for my skin, so I'm really excited to try this because it is a nude formula. I'm all about the BB creams and CC creams and just like lighter foundations, so hopefully I love this one. This one was $40, I think. I think it was $39.50, which I think is a pretty good deal. I do really only buy high-end foundations. I only have a couple drugstore foundations that I've found that I like. So compared to the other ones I buy, this is a good price. But I can barely afford the high-end foundations, so I don't really know how good of a price this is. But it is 0.47 fluid ounces, which now that I'm looking at it, I don't know, that doesn't seem like a lot. So I think I'm going to be kind of comparing this mentally to my Armani Luminous Silk because I love this one so much. This one was like $60, I think. So with the Luminous Silk, you get 30 milliliters for $60, and then for the double wear, you're getting 14 milliliters. So that's half, which that sucks. I have the NARS Sheer Glow foundation, and I really like this one. And this is 30 milliliters as well. So clearly the double wear nude is a lot, you're getting a lot less product, so that's probably why it is $39.50. But it's still, if you double that's $80. Technically, you're spending $80 on this for the same amount of product as you would get with the Luminous Silk or the Sheer Glow. And the Sheer Glow, I think, is $50. Yeah, so this has to outshine my Luminous Silk for me to continue buying this. Okay, so now I'm gonna figure out how to open this. So this is what it looks like. I'm honestly not sure. I would assume that the sponge applicator is in this side. It does come with a sponge on top that you're supposed to use, yeah. And the lady said this was made out of the same product as the Beauty Blender, and I love the Beauty Blender, but I hate when I use the Beauty Blender dry, and you're not supposed to wet this, so I'm kind of worried about that part. Product comes out of the top, and I don't really know how much I'm going to need, so I just did one twist and it brought out a very tiny amount, but we'll see. Okay, no, I'm gonna need a lot more than that. Oh my gosh, I do not think I like this. I don't know if you're supposed to pat it in like the Beauty Blender or rub. I'm gonna put my hair back real quick. Well, let's see. I don't like patting because it is really stiff, and I do actually feel like if I'm holding the bottom and I pat, it kind of twists it, so I'm getting more product out when I don't mean to. It is harsh around the eyes, and usually I put my foundation on my eyelids and under my eyes because it creates a nice base if I'm not using concealer. And I don't like the way that feels with this sponge. So the coverage is okay. I don't know if you can see. It looks so much more perfect on camera, but in real life, it doesn't look the greatest. I honestly feel like it is the sponge applicator. I don't like this at all. But as you can see, like, my redness is gone. I do have a little bit of rosacea, so even though I like sheer foundations, it's just because my rosacea isn't the worst. I still need product to cover that, and it did do an okay job doing that, but it does, I can see in my viewfinder, it looks so much better on camera than it does in person. So I forgot to tell you guys the time. It's about 10:45 when I started the foundation first impressions. It is now 11:30 and we are going to the grocery store and just running a couple errands. I think we're gonna have lunch. So I will update you in a few hours, which I think is a good time frame to check the foundation. So I will see you then. Okay, so it's currently 1:28 now. It's wearing okay. I can still see that it is covering a lot of my redness, and it's doing an okay job. I do notice around my nose and on my forehead there are just places where it's like gathering, and I did set it with powder, but it is really humid right now, so I don't know. I think I'm just going to end this review now because I think it's just an okay foundation. I don't think it's going to last 8 hours. Maybe if you're in a really dry, not as hot climate, it might, but you're gonna have to touch it up. And I do think that the sponge applicator on the top, it has a lot to do with how it's wearing right now. So I think what I'm going to do is try and get a sample of it and use it with my beauty blender, and then I will update you guys. Maybe at the end of this video, I'll just add that in there and maybe just post this like later. I don't know. We'll see. So I am back home now. I think it is around 3 o'clock. I don't have my phone near me or I would show you. I'm just going to give you my final thoughts about the foundation. I feel like it might have been a little hard to get my full opinion because this is the first impression that I've done. So I've actually haven't really filmed like in my car and stuff, so I'm still trying to learn how to talk to the camera, but let alone like out in public. So final thoughts are, I like the foundation, but I don't love it, especially for it being like even more expensive than my like holy grail foundation, which is the Luminous Silk. Just to reiterate, the Luminous Silk is $60 for 30 milliliters. The Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude is $40 for 14 milliliters. So that is half the amount for only $20 cheaper. So technically, for the same amount of product, the Estee Lauder foundation is $80 versus $60 for Luminous Silk. And I thought Luminous Silk was expensive, so I probably won't repurchase this. If they do change the applicator on the top, then I might consider it. So I said in the card that I was going to get a sample, but what I think I'm just going to do, instead of returning the foundation because I don't know where the receipt is, I think I'm just going to take the applicator off and just pump it out on my hand and use my beauty blender and see if I like it that way, because I do like the finish of it. It was just the applicator was so stiff, and it was a dry sponge, and I just don't think that applies any foundation well. So that's my plan. If you asked me if I would recommend this to you, I would not, just because it's not worth the money to me. I think there are other good foundations out there that are like radiant, dewy, skin-like foundations, and while the foundation itself is awesome, the fact that you have to use the sponge applicator and you're paying so much more money. It's just not worth it to me. So is it a good foundation? Yes. Is it worth the money? No. There are too many cons for the price. Let me know if you've tried this product in the comments, and let me know if you've had another outcome. I know that we all have different skin types. We all have different ways that we like to apply foundation. So just because this is my opinion does not mean that you won't love the foundation. So yeah, I would really love to hear other people's opinions about this foundation, and let me know if there are any tips to just maybe love this foundation more since I'm not returning it. So just let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!